Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite videos to make, and that is reacting to TikTok videos. Now, today's a little bit of a different spin because instead of looking at dating tips or the toxic dating advice, I'm going to be looking at marriage tips from TikTok. So we'll see if they're good, bad, or anywhere in between. But before I jump into today's reaction videos, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, TIEGE. Guys, let me break something down to you, okay? If you are investing your time in the gym or on your grooming and getting your fit right, but you're not investing in your skin, you're doing a huge disservice to yourself. And trust me, guys, I know that skincare can be really daunting, especially if you have no guidance. But TIEGE is here to help you guys. And it helped my husband out greatly. Like, he was one of those guys that used a bar of soap to wash his face until I upgraded him to TIEGE products. And since then, it has changed up his entire skincare game. Now he looks forward to doing his skincare routine in the morning and at night. And guys, I know that skincare is daunting and sometimes you don't even know where to start, but it comes with this handy dandy informational card that honestly saved my husband's life. It walks you through each step and gives you the sizes of the amount of product that you have to put on your skin. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And in addition to getting amazing skin from using TIEGE products, you will get 20% off of any of the retail products on their site. You can also pause or cancel at any time throughout your experience, and you'll get free US shipping. And because TIEGE is sponsoring today's video, you guys get some awesome deals. So check out the description down below to get started with your first box, and you get a free gift with that first box. So again, guys, check the description down below to get started with your first box for just $30. And thank you, TIEGE for sponsoring today's video. Guys, let's get into these reaction videos.
So we get a lot of bad pieces of advice in marriage, and one of my favorites is never go to bed angry. You ever heard that one? Or better yet, don't let the sun go down in an argument. So here's my question. What happens if you start arguing at 8 p.m.? Sun's already down. What do you do now? You just keep going? I'm going to tell you one thing for sure. If you are arguing at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, go to sleep. You ain't doing anything productive at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Or I'll get couples that say, oh, we argued for 3 hours. You ain't doing it right if you're arguing for 3 hours, I promise you that. And you probably didn't resolve anything. So let's replace it. How about take a time out? Cool off. Have a level head. Then come back to the argument. If that means you gotta sleep, go to sleep. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If I'm tired, I'm not.
Honestly, guys, that is really good advice. I hear that from couples all the time. Oh, never go to bed angry, or, stay up and talk it out. Sometimes you really do need to put a timeout on it, and you really need to table it for another time. My husband and I implement that in our relationship, and it's helped a lot because a lot of the discussions or the arguments that we would have had and dragged out and said some really wild stuff to each other can actually be avoided if we say, hey, this conversation's not going anywhere. Let's table it for maybe tomorrow after work or another time, because then you can actually express yourself properly. You're not heated in the moment, and actually you can think clearly about what you want to say. I know so many people that have argued until, they're blue in the face and nothing was resolved from that. So this is really good advice. I highly recommend taking a timeout or tabling your arguments or discussions for another time, and then coming back together to actually talk it out reasonably. And I'm telling you guys, it will save a lot of headaches.
So if there's just one thing that I think most wives wish their husbands knew about them, at least the one thing that we keep hearing back from wives, is that they really do enjoy physical intimacy, guys. They really do. That's not the issue. The issue is that for a woman, the way that they are put together, the way they're created, they need to feel valuable to you outside of the bedroom. They need to feel an emotional connection to you outside of the bedroom, in the living room, in conversation, in intimate conversation, sharing your heart with her and her sharing her heart with you and feeling heard. Listen to me carefully, gentlemen. When your wife feels heard, she feels valuable. If you want to experience more natural, free-flowing physical intimacy in the bedroom, you need to find new ways to make your wife feel valuable and accepted outside of the bedroom.
So he is right here. And the thing is that women are very emotional creatures. We really are. We want to feel connected outside of the bedroom before we go and have intimacy with our husbands. And honestly, that attraction that we feel outside of the bedroom will actually translate even deeper in the bedroom. But I would also argue too that this goes both ways, right? If a woman is treating her husband with care, respect, and honor, he is going to show her acts of love even more, and vice versa. So it works both ways, and it requires both people to put in the effort to love each other more and more every single day, because it's only going to help you get what you want. So if you're a man wanting more intimacy in your relationship, then you have to work hard to give her that emotional intimacy that she requires. And if you are a woman that wants your husband to give you more emotional intimacy, you have to create that physical intimacy that he also needs and desires, and also show him love, care, respect. If you completely put out 100%, 110% of your love and care into your partner, I will tell you, it will be reciprocated, because they want to equally show you that love, care, and respect that you need in the relationship. I hope that helps.
We have one underlining rule for all our business work, parenting, our relationship, and that's, I think our kids just told us to be quiet. You be quiet.
How dare you?
It's to close the gap between expectation and reality. Remember that dream job we got and then it ended up not being what we thought it was, so it became stressful? That's that space between expectation and reality, and communication is the only way to close that gap. So I can't get upset with my son when I get mad at him when he's disappointing an expectation of mine that I haven't communicated to him in a clear way. So something we even do with our parenting is I let my son ask me, "Dad, could you make it clear what you want me to do right now?" Then it's a different conversation after that, but it's my job as a leader to make sure expectations are clear, and that way they can line up with the reality of the situation.
This is another gem. I think that TikTok marriage advice videos are way better and definitely more helpful than the dating ones on TikTok. But to speak about what he's saying, I'm gonna give you a line that really helped me. And this is, my counselor gave me this. This is not mine. I didn't make this up on my own. But he said to me, expectations are premeditated resentments. I'm going to say it again. Expectations are premeditated resentments. So we need communication to bridge that gap between the expectations that we concocted in our own head to what reality actually looks like. I know a lot of people that walk into marriage with all of these expectations, this entire box that they hand to their partner and says, well, these are my expectations, these are my dreams, figure it out. No, we need communication. We need to bridge the gap with communications. Okay, well, these are my expectations, but this is my reality. How do you bridge that gap? It's by communicating with your partner what you wanted and also coming to a solution that works for the both of you, right? This can happen in business relationships and in raising kids as well. It really helps when you can express how you feel and not harbor a lot of these expectations in your heart without expressing it and then break out and break down in front of your partner when that person's not doing what you expected them to do, even though they were not, that you did not communicate that to them. So it's really important that you talk to your partner, talk to your children, express your expectations to your partner in order to get the reality that you may want or come to a conclusion or come to a solution that works for the both of you. So that one was a really good one as well. I think we'll do one more and then wrap it up here. Yeah, that one was really cute. I'm going to scroll back to so that you guys can read the text because I think, it wasn't spoken. So the first thing that she says, it says, "My husband does not complete me. He inspires me to complete myself with his support." That is so true. I think that a lot of people walk into marriage thinking that person is their other half, and you have to be a whole person walking into your relationship with another whole person in order to have a good relationship. If you are bringing 50-50 into a relationship, that's not going to work. You need to be a whole, complete person. If you need therapy before you get married, then you need to seek therapy before you get married. There are things that you need to work on yourself before you can step into that role, into that relationship. And yeah, you can do it while you're dating, but know that your partner isn't going to be your therapist. Your partner is not going to be the person that's supposed to take you out of the mire every single time. You need to work on yourself. So that one is really good as well. Love is not always 50-50. Some days I will have to pull more weight than him, and some days he will have to. Again, another true statement here, right? There are days where I fail and there are days where my husband fails, and we need to have our love fill in the gap, bridge the gap and step into the middle of that in order to keep our relationship going. There are weeks that these things happen, and we need to understand that there will be trials that come into our relationship. There will be hard times, and we need, as each other, we need to fill in, we need to step in the gap. We need to be there for our partner. And it's not 50-50. It's really not. It's 100% of you and it's 100% of your partner. And you need to give 100% and your partner needs to give 100%. And sometimes, that's not going to happen, but you still need to give 100% in order to keep your relationship going, because your partner will see that dedication to your relationship, to your love. And I'm telling you, it has saved marriages. It has saved relationships because I've seen it firsthand. And then the next one, it says, "Being kind to one another when fighting is important. No name calling or screaming." Again, another gem. And I recently did a video, not recently, it was one of my first videos that I did on this channel, and it's how to fight fair. I will link it above and below for you guys to check out. But it's exactly that, right? Name calling, arguing, throwing things like divorce out there or screaming at each other is not going to help your relationship. that's not fighting fair, because you guys are a team. We have to remember that if we are in a partnership, if we are married and connected that way, we are one. So it's basically us fighting against ourselves. And it doesn't help the conversation. It doesn't help strengthen your relationship if you guys are, name calling or throwing out divorce out there in an argument. Arguments don't have to get to the point where people are throwing things or that there's yelling. You can come to a solution. And I talked about this also in the first video, one of the first TikToks that we saw, right? Taking that time out, recouping ourselves. We need to start having more discipline and discernment when we're going into these situations, because when we go heated, things don't end up well for our relationships. Asking each other before making plans with friends is important. It's not control thing, it's respect. Absolutely. 100% that is true. I think that what happens is that friends influence decisions when we have to make that decision with our spouse first. I tell my friends all the time, I have to speak to my husband before I make that decision. And there's like, why? You're your own person. I was like, because I care and have respect for him. And I want to know that I am respectful of him and his thoughts and opinions on this matter, right? And the same thing goes for my husband. And I give enough notice also too. Sometimes you can't avoid it, but it's really important to communicate these things. It's not controlling, it's normal, and it just means that you respect your partner and that you love your partner. I was pleasantly surprised by these videos. I hope you were too. I hope you learned something from these videos, got a little bit of nuggets from this. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. We are almost at 50K, if not already at 50K. If you haven't liked this video yet, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below. And again, thank you, TIEGE Hanley, for sponsoring today's video. If you guys want to check out their products, they will be linked down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.